I think something fishy is going on with my thief of a daughter-in-law. I'm a widow in my 60s. My husband passed away 10 years ago, and I've kept his wedding ring in a little box with some of his things. It's nothing fancy, just a plain gold band, but it's one of the few things I still have that feels like him. Sometimes, when I miss him, I take it out and hold it. It's been a real comfort over the years. My daughter-in-law, Jenna, has always commented on the ring when she visits. She'll say things like, "It's so timeless," or, "I'd love to wear something with that kind of history." I thought she was just being nice, but last week, she came right out and asked if she could borrow it for a while. I didn't really know how to respond at first. She said wearing it would help her feel closer to the family and honor my husband. I told her I wasn't comfortable with that. The ring is so personal to me. It's not just something you loan out, it's a part of my memories with him. But Jenna didn't seem to understand. She got upset and said she didn't think I trusted her and that I was being selfish for keeping something so meaningful to our family locked away. She even said it would mean more to her to wear it than for me to just keep it in a box. My son didn't really say much at the time, but later I got a text from Jenna. It was long and emotional. She said she was hurt, that I was treating her like an outsider, and that maybe I was too stuck in the past to see how much this would mean to her. She even hinted that I was being controlling, which honestly broke my heart. Now, some other family members are saying I'm overreacting, and that it's just a ring, but it doesn't feel that way to me. My husband and I were married for 35 years. That ring has been with me through everything, good times, bad times, raising our kids. I don't want to sound dramatic, but it feels like a piece of him is still with me. I can't imagine letting it out of my sight. I'm starting to wonder if I'm being unreasonable though. Jenna seems to think I'm trying to shut her out, and the last thing I want is to cause tension in the family. I don't know if I should apologize or stick to my decision. Update. What happened after I found my husband's items in Jenna's house? Something really weird just happened, and I don't know even what to think. So you know how Jenna's been acting strange lately. The whole ring thing, getting rid of my late husband's things, and being obsessed with his ring. Well, let me tell you, this situation's just getting worse, really bad. 6 a.m. this morning, my son calls me. He was worried about Jenna, said she wasn't feeling well, asks me if I'd go over to sit with her, but honestly, I wasn't in the mood to deal with it. I didn't even want to go, but I figured he asked, and I had to do my part. When I got there, well, she was laying on the couch looking pale and shaky. She didn't look like herself, and I immediately suggested that I take her to the ER, but she snapped at me, insisted she was fine when I told her she needed to see a doctor. She screamed at me to leave her alone and get out. Anyway, she didn't want to. She was angry, clearly not happy I was there at all. But, I thought, maybe I could at least help her make herself comfortable, right? So, I told her I was going to go to the bathroom, and then I'd leave her be. So while I was washing my hands, I noticed the guest bedroom door was open. I didn't think much of it at first, but then I figured, well, maybe I can grab her an extra pillow or something. She didn't seem like she was resting well, and probably could use something more comfortable. So, I wasn't trying to snoop. I was just trying to be helpful. But when I was pulling a pillow down from the top shelf of the closet, I noticed something behind it, a box I had never seen before. It looked out of place, like it had been shoved there or hidden. I didn't recognize the box at first, but then when I opened it, well, you're not gonna believe what I found inside. First, it was my husband's old fishing hat. I thought we'd already gotten rid of all his old stuff when they helped me clean the house. But here it was, tucked away, and then some other random things, like his old scratched-up sunglasses, and a pack of Black & Milds that I'm sure I never bought. But I know my husband has smoked them in the past occasionally. And then, at the bottom of the box was a creased Polaroid photo. It was a picture of Jenna. It's a photo of her when she was probably in her late teens or early 22s, standing in front of a lighthouse that I immediately recognized. It was a place we used to visit with my son, years before they even met. So I don't know why it was there with my husband's stuff. I'm sitting here scratching my head, because this is so confusing. Why would she keep these old things, and what is that picture doing in there? Jenna screamed at me to leave from the other room, and I was so startled I put it all back and just left. I don't want her to find out that I had been snooping, but I can't stop thinking about it, and I'm shaking. What just happened?